sustainability.
Still here. Hi, I'm Will, for those who don't know me. Part of Fashion Fiesta, part of the show that is on the 6th of March in Ilkley. Tickets are available if you want to join. Making it shorter every week just to get used to it, really. But anyway, let's get to the main point, that is sustainability. Fashion Fiesta prides itself on its eco-friendliness and sustainability, and I thought, what's better than to make a video that's not only just positive but also represents the brand. My first point was something that's quite big right now and probably big for a long time. At least I can see it being big for a long time, and that's vintage and charity shops. As more people are caring more and more about vintage and sustainability in fashion, trying to keep the planet healthy, people have started to realise getting second-hand clothes that have been taken care of and are in shops waiting to be bought are much better than just going to like an Urban Outfitters or a Hollister. First new clothes that no one else has worn. It's like, oh, no one else has worn it. However, it has less character to it. For example, a vintage leather jacket, has more care in it because it's survived all these years, it's worn, it's got its own look to it, compared to a newer one where it will look a bit fake almost. Not saying the material is fake and all that, but I'm saying it's more of, it seems more like an industry plan in a fashion, if that makes sense to anyone. But most importantly about vintage shops and charity shops is, it's about care. It's about not just care of the clothes, it's a care about you, it's a care about the shops, it's a care about the community. It's something that more commonly should be used to buy clothes than your average day, big name high street shop. To go alongside with the use of vintage shops and going in person to buy clothes that have already been worn, I want to talk about kind of the opposite, and that's stopping using fast fashion. Fast fashion, while seems good in thought and in theory, the actual motion of doing it is not that good for the environment. It uses materials to use the delivery, so cardboard and plastics, and the clothes themselves are quite often lower materials due to the cheaper prices. Now, I do want to clarify, it's all about money and all about economic, state of what you hold. If you have less money, then fast fashion is the better option for you, because not everyone can buy 30 quid jeans. For some people, it's better to buy the 15 quid jeans that are on Shein or, ASOS, these things that are meant to be more of, you buy it, you quickly get it, you get the product as quick as possible and as minimal time and minimal materials used as possible. However, if you can avoid using that, then I definitely recommend trying to go to more charity shops. While the prices have been rising for charity shops, they are still not too bad for the quality. For example, if you buy a 50 quid leather jacket in a vintage shop, that'll probably last you more than two 25 quid leather jackets from Shein. So overall, I want people to try and just use fast fashion less if you don't need to use it, as it can cause more problems for the environment, it can cause more waste, and more clothes get made, when in reality, if you just buy better quality clothes, they can last you longer, so there's less of the ripped clothes out there in landfill. My next tip that I've got for everyone is to reuse old clothes into new looks. Now, whether that's to get like an old top and then make it a crop top, or to turn your jeans to jorts, just for, basic kind of examples. These things can go from minor changes to major changes. Either way, it's better than just getting rid of old clothes. Now, there will obviously be the problem of when you alter these clothes in certain looks, whether that involves cutting or changing and there's leftover material, that can obviously cause problems with sustainability and eco-friendliness. However, It's obviously not as bad as getting a pile of clothes and dumping into a wasteland and expecting all your problems to just disappear. My next tip is not only for eco-friendliness and sustainability, but also for social aspects of day-to-day life, and that is to trade clothes. Now, whether it's in a big group of people that ranges from tens to hundreds to possibly thousands, depending how big the event is, to even just one-on-one people going, I'll give you this t-shirt for that jacket. It's a way to not only spend less money, which can help people a lot in this current standpoint of the world, but also it can increase social behaviour where, in a world where we're more and more antisocial, and as we walk past each other, we'll give each other a look. It's like, trying, to stand somewhere. It doesn't help in the world, really. And what's better is to meet people, to find new friends, to find lovers, to find unconnected families, really. It's, a point of camaraderie. To put it simply, it's camaraderie. And it also just means to get rid of bad clothes for cool clothes that other people think they're getting rid of getting rid of bad clothes for good clothes. So in an equal point, you are both getting something good while getting rid of something bad for you. And that itself is so much better than going, I don't like this coat, let me buy a new one as I get rid of this one, or I just save it away somewhere. It allows you to just be free and to get new friends possibly. It's a great way of mixing a lot of current problems we face in this world into a sociable, fun aspect of life. My next point is to kind of go similar with trading clothes, but more of a going back to that one-on-one between two people. That's to do things like Vinted and Depop. Now, the reason why these are so good is because it allows you to sell your clothes so you can get money to buy other clothes or to buy needed necessities. It's a way to kind of almost, to put it simply, sell assets for money when you need it. Now, do I normally recommend, getting rid of all your clothes? No, not really. If anything, as I said before, I recommend trading them. But if you do just want to get rid of the clothes and you need more money, options like Vinted are brilliant, as all the main problem really comes is the packaging, really. But in this current standpoint, plastic packaging isn't always the worst, neither is cardboard. There are still major problems in the world, don't get me wrong. However, just having one piece of clothing just got in a smaller package, shipped somewhere, given to another person, both parties are happy, someone got money, someone's got new clothes, and barely any more waste was produced in the world. Now, my next tip is something that I'm very, very passionate about, and people who know me know that I hate polyester. Now, am I saying polyester should be completely avoided and never used? No. You can use it from time to time. It's got its worth. But to wear 100% polyester, to wear at most 75% polyester, is that good? No. Polyester can cause damage to your skin, can make you smell bad due to when you sweat, the material itself can't let you really breathe for how compact it is, meaning your sweat stores up and you can quite often smell bad from it, but also it can naturally just cause bad damage to the environment, as polyester and things like elastane are plastics. It's plastics that you can then use on different materials to create different effects. And for polyester specifically, it's a bit of a damage to the fashion world, really. And I know it sounds stupid. I know I sound like I'm, trying my best to make it sound bad, because it is. But even then, I'm wearing this, which, if I'm not mistaken, is 73% polyester. 73% polyester, 30% nylon, 12% acrylic, 2% elastane. Normally, if I had this on my skin, I wouldn't be fine with that. I wouldn't want to wear this. However, due to me wearing this shirt over it, I am protected from what problems polyester can cause you naturally. Is it still polyester? Yes. Does that make me happy? No. But it does its job right. Now, if you can, I genuinely recommend avoiding polyester as much as you can. If you do have to happen to use it, it's fine. It's not like people are going to point you, laugh and go, "You're wearing polyester." A lot of people, without realising it, are wearing polyester. It's more of, raise the idea of it's not something you want all over fashion. It has its specific uses to either allow certain clothing to work in certain ways, or as accessories where they're not as important for your health if they're covered. Once again, example, this knit vest. It's not going to make me have a smell. It's not going to, damage my skin. It's not make me itchy. It's got a cover. It's a cover, really. It's part of an accessory, if anything. Now, while obviously the big corporations are bad, I'm not going to name anyone specifically, but most big brands aren't good. Local places, whether it's charities or local shops, if you want examples, there's a good charity I heard that's got a show on the 6th of March. Tickets are available. I think it's like Fashion Fiesta. I think I recommend people, exploring it more if they want. But if you want an example for a local shop that you can find in your town, in Leeds we have Best, which does a lot of streetwear stuff, and I recommend going there if you want good streetwear. But overall, it is better to support locally, as you can not only get reliable clothing, and more likely than not it's better material than fast fashion, but also it can help build community for local towns and cities. It can help people live and prosper. It's while you are in town, you have this sense of identity, you have this sense of belonging. These are your people, and you're connected from a fashion shop, from a local restaurant, anything, a pub. These things can represent so many people without you even realising. So if you start anywhere, try fashion. Fashion is something that a bunch of communities hold deeply in their hearts. Posting to Will here, that's why I'm in a different outfit. But if you like the video, I recommend commenting, subscribing, liking, all the usual YouTube business. All the links for all the social medias are in the description. Get tickets if you haven't got them yet. Be free, be creative, be unique, be yourself, customise your avatar, all the things I normally say. I hope you have a good time until you watch the next video, and then I hope you have even more of a good time with the next video. I have two big ideas that I've got, and that's why this is more of a laxed video, just as a little heads up. It's probably about 12-13 minutes long, but overall should be good. The next two videos I've got are about fashion designers, like a big iceberg I've got, and the other's about how communities and culture can make outfits, just as a little teaser for what's to come. But yeah, hope you enjoy. Goodbye.